Hi, welcome to the Money Tea. Today we'll be talking about how to start saving for retirement. But why am I talking about retirement? Did you know that 61% of Americans don't know how much money they need saved for retirement? In fact, 21% of Americans aren't saving at all. So maybe you're wondering, why do I need to think about retirement? I just started working, or I have so many more years to go before I retire. Well, that is because retirement savings is all about starting early. This is because of two reasons. One, the magic powers of compound interest, and two, developing a savings habit. Thanks to compound interest, how much money you will have at retirement is all dependent on how early you start investing. If you start saving for retirement in your 20s, the amount of money that you will have when you retire will be way more than someone who starts saving in the 40s or 50s. You should always save at any age, but the earlier you start, the better off you'll be one day. Another reason you need to start saving early for retirement is that you need to develop a savings habit. The natural instinct to save grows as you do, and you will eventually get used to savings as you get older and you see your account balance increase. Which brings me to my next point. How do you know if you're saving enough? Well, you don't. I mean, it's hard to know how long you'll be able to work, how long you can physically be able to work, or how long your employer will want you working for them. Better yet, it's hard to know how much money you will actually want to spend when you retire, or how long you'll live after you stop working. Besides, you can't really predict your investment returns. Thinking about all of this can be so overwhelming, so what I'd recommend is for you to save as much as you reasonably can. You'll find so many articles that tell you that you should save 15% of your salary. Well, that is just a benchmark. The actual number of how much you should save for retirement depends on certain factors like how long you hope to work for, or if you'll have an inheritance later on in life, and a bunch of other factors. So basically what I'm trying to say is whether you start out with $50 or $250 or $500 or $1,000, just save as much as you reasonably can. What's important is for you to develop a savings habit. Having said that, here are a couple of ways that you can start saving for retirement. Number one, save 1% more. Just always remember that more savings now mean better options later on. If you earn $50,000 a year, what you can do is that every year you can increase the amount that you save for retirement by 1%. Basically, this will be every year increasing the monthly amount that you save by $42. If you take $42 and assume 6% returns, at the end of 35 years, you'll have an extra $57,000 saved for retirement. Just remember to set aside a little bit more each year. Number two, think about redirecting your raise. A raise is a great way to increase the amount of money that you save for retirement without affecting your take-home pay. So you won't even notice that you're contributing more because your paycheck has increased. Next time you get a pay increase, you should consider putting a portion of that towards your retirement savings. Did you know that you can contribute your tax refund towards your retirement account? You can do this by filling out the form IRS 8888. When you fill out this year, you can choose to allocate your tax refund for this year or your tax refund for next year towards your retirement contribution. This is a great way to add to your retirement savings without even realizing that the amount is missing. A fourth way will be to reallocate windfalls. By this, I mean that if you get a bonus, an inheritance money, or some prize money, avoid the temptation to spend it all immediately. You should make a habit of putting that portion of cash towards your retirement savings. Also, this is great because you can avoid the tax implications of this extra income if you put it towards your 401k or your IRA. A fifth one is make sure you get a 401k match. Always make sure you save enough to qualify for your employer contributions to your 401k. By this, I mean that if your employer contributes 3% towards your 401k, then you should save 3% of your salary in order to get the full match. And before you leave your job, always make sure that you're vested in the 401k plan so that you can take your employer's contributions with you. Another way is to make sure that you claim tax breaks. Your money will grow faster without the drag of taxes. You can delay paying taxes by contributing towards your 401k or your IRA. Or you can prepay your taxes if you contribute towards your Roth 401k or your Roth RIA. And if you're a low or medium income saver, don't forget that you can qualify for Savers Credit. Always make sure that you're paying low fees. Never pay more fees than what is necessary to invest. So make sure you read your statement carefully so that you understand exactly how much you're paying in fees. You should also shop around for low-cost IRA options. Just remember that lower fees mean that you keep more money. And last but not least, avoid penalties. Watch out for early withdrawal penalties. If you withdraw from your retirement account before turning 59 and a half, you will be charged fees. There are also fees involved if you frequently trade funds. So always make sure that you're doing everything that you can to avoid penalties. You might be asking what to prioritize. Maybe you have your kids' education or down payment that you're also saving for. When you're deciding what to prioritize, keep this in mind. It is easier to borrow for a child's education than it is to borrow for retirement. So make sure you're investing wisely for the most important things. You can also save for retirement through a brokerage account or through an IRA. So don't let your employer not having a 401k or you not having a proper job be an excuse for you not saving for retirement. Always remember that with retirement or any other type of saving, the earlier you start, the better off you'll be later on. And that, my friends, is a tea of the day. Until next time, cheers!